This conference will now be recorded.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. طيب مواصلة في المحاضرة بالأمس. So we need to continue within the same topic, that is table. And we are creating table as seen over here. That is a structure of 6 columns vertically and almost 7 rows horizontally. لذلك بنقول التيبل بنية هيكلية رأسية وأفقية وبينهما تقاطعات. So that's why I want to make a summary of what we have completed yesterday. Tables structure, البنية التركيبية للجدول. So we have column structure. Column structure, that is vertical let us say it lines. You don't mind. Vertical lines الخطوط الرأسية. So we call it column structure. Okay, and for the row like this one. So these are vertical lines. It is not actual lines but pipes. It is better. Vertical pipes الأنابيب الرأسية. Vertical pipes, while the row oppositely have to be the horizontal pipes. الأنابيب الأنابيب الأفقية بنسميها الصفوف، وهذه هي pipes. والأعمدة we say vertical pipes الرأسية. ثم وراء ذلك the intersection التقاطع ما بين العمود والصف between column and row. Please focus on this intersection التقاطع. Intersection between column and row, we call it cell. So the cell structure, that is the intersection between a column, any column, and row, we call it cell. That is the square intersection. Let us say the square intersection. The square intersection المربع للتقاطع ما بين كل عمود وصف, we call it cell structure. So by this way, this is the whole structure about the table you need to know. كل البنية التركيبية بالنسبة للجدول اللي مفترض نعرفها. So it have been stated here. This is the vertical pipe. الأعمدة أو الأنابيب الرأسية بنسميها column. بينما the horizontal pipes we call it row. الأنابيب الأفقية تسمى الصفوف. طيب تقاطع كل صف مع عمود ينتج السكوير. هذا تقاطع كل صف مع عمود ينتج square. So this square we call it rectangle or square, it doesn't matter. So we call it cell structure. Cell structure. So the square or the rectangle intersection, the square, the rectangle intersection between a column and a row. أي صف أي عمود ما يخالف. So such way, this is the table structure. Hope it is clear to everybody. Okay, we need to know 3 different structures. 3 من البنيات التركيبية حال الجدول. When we talk about table, we are talking about the structure. So that is column structure, that is row structure, that is cell structure, and we define each of these. وعرفنا كل واحد من عندهم. vertical رأسي عمودي، horizontal أفقي، نعم، وبهذه الكيفية. Over. That's it. Now we need to move to the second part. We need to know about the table. That is tables data. Table data. Okay, so the very important or the first important data you have to know, that is table title. So it is here. The table title, usually the table title will give you an idea about the data content. okay, or summary of the data within summary of the table data. يعني ملخص البيانات هذه اللي بداخل هذه الجدول عبارة عن ايش؟ So we call it table title. So that is at the beginning over here. This one it is table title. Table title عنوان الجدول، وكما يقولون في المثل العنوان يعرف من الجواب يعرف من عنوانه. So such way like that. Yes it is. So this is our table title over here. I need it to be in normal font without any enhancement. Table titles comes here. Then column headings, we call it column headings. Meanwhile, we call it column labels, like castle, river, town hall, museums, gardens, and till the last. So each of this we call it column headings, column labels. Okay, so this is within the data. Just that is. Let me say column headings, and then I can say it is column labels, column names, or column labels, as you like. ما يخالف. Okay, so column names either or labels ما يخالف. Plus, as you have seen over there, that is castle, river, etc. till last. Huh? That's it. So these are the column labels, column headings, column names, whatever you want. Then the actual data, that is column actual data. Column data, that is the actual data. Column data are the actual data. Table actual data or labels. خلاص هي البيانات الفعلية والأساسية بالنسبة لإيش؟ بالنسبة للجدول المالنا، يعني بدءا من الصف sorry starting from row number 2 to the last. This is we call it actual data. Actual data labels doesn't make difference. خلاص ما يخالف. Then like what, like names, any names, like could be names like USA, could be numbers like any of these numbers. We have 20, we have 10, we have something like that here. So all these are examples of our actual data within our tables. طيب النوع الرابع اللي مفترض تعرفوه عن البيانات بالنسبة للجدول it is here. Okay, so that is we call it table numbering. يعني في البحث دائما بيكون معنا أكثر من شكل من الأشكال أو figure of the figures، شكل من الأشكال أو الرسومات. فبالتالي نريد نوضح إنه هذا الرسم يمثل إيش، هذا الجدول يمثل إيش، خاصة لما يكون معنا فهرس حول البيانات. Got it? So over here, usually we will say that is table 1, figure 1, or table figure 1, something like that. So this is type of numbering, table numbering, like figure number over there. So this is an example of table data associated with our table. Such a way we have to be aware about two things within the table or our table. the first one the structure, the second one the data. فندنا كل من عندهم. 3 of the structures, 4 of the data. 3 من البنيات التركيبية والهيكلية، ثم 4 من أنواع البيانات اللي المفترض نتعرف عليها for our table. The structure, as we said, column structure, row structure, and cell structure, and we identified each of these. Once again, for the table title, it could be from the top of the table, or some people they can keep it at the bottom of the table. بعض الناس يحطوه من أعلى الجدول. خلاص. Others people they can keep it beside the the asphalt or at the bottom of the table from here. That is the figure, and then the table title, some word like this. So at the end of the day, we have table title. Yes, we have. On one hand, الجدول وهو summary of the table data or the data within the table, like this one, tourism or tourist attraction information. column headings اللي هي الموجودة دائما وأبدا على pipe number 1 على الصف الأولاني. أسماء الأعمدة، رموز الأعمدة كيف ما تريدون. So it will be column names. It will be on the face line. Okay. After that, from type number 2 to the last, but I mean الصف الثاني وإلى أسفل. So that is our actual data. Table actual data or labels like US, and then we have set of numbers عدد من الأرقام, and US, Wales, Scotland. This is, we can call it labels, you can call it names, whatever you want. So these are the actual data. Last, table numbering. Table numbering. So usually it will be at the bottom of our table. It will be at the bottom of our table. So from here onwards, please everybody please be aware about these terms. هذه المصطلحات لابد تكون معروفة بالنسبة لكم as long as you are live. خلاص. That's done. Then we need to come to last topic within this chapter, that is managing our table by certain ways. So we need to manage and control our table by adding, for example, new row at any time, or column, deleting column or row, merging. And what we mean by merging, usually mergings for more than one thing. So merging columns, merging rows, or even merging cells, we can do it. Yes, we can. Then after that, split. It is opposite technique of merge. Merge damage, while split dividing things to parts. تقسيم الشيء إلى أجزاء أصغر. And last, do you want to delete a table, the whole table? Then how can you do so? Just we will see that. Okay. So just I want to move this one, and we can practice it one by one together. So I'm going to insert a table. Insert بمعنى إدراج أو إضافة جدول within this space. So from insert, the practical point, and then we have to come to the tables group. On top of that, we have table. Then this is the structure of your table. How many columns, how many rows you have to move. As I told you last time, the number to the left side indicates the number of the columns you are going to insert. الرقم الموجود على اليسار يمثل لي عدد الأعمدة اللي أريد أضيفها بداخل المستند مالي. So now I have 2 columns, 1 row, as have been displayed front of us in my page. If I move to the right side again, I will get 3 equal columns situated like this. Now I have completely of 4 columns within just 1 row, but I want to move down because at this moment I can have only column headings, right? في هذه الأثناء فقط مكان لمن؟ مكان اسماء الأعمدة فقط, right? But what about the actual data? So that's why I have to move down to get a species for my actual data. That's it. So I got structure of my table, and as we have seen in the last class, whenever I get inside my table, then an automatic two ribbons will be front of us, design and layout, that is belongs to our table. And whenever I move out from this table structure, so that two ribbons will be disappear. راحين يختفون. And whenever I have been inside if you remember it, that is header or footer. Again, a design ribbon will come automatically front of us by this way. That is why, as I told you last time or many times, we have two types of ribbons: a dynamic one and a static. So static will be front of us all the time, while the dynamic at the moment we needs. Yes, it is. Okay, so managing column width and row height. This is what we need, or how do we need to manage our table by such following techniques. Okay, new column, new row at any time. We are keeping in our mind column that is a vertical pipe. اتفقنا على انه الاعمده هي البنيه الراسيه وهي الانابيب الراسيه بالنسبه لي الستركشر مالنا. Yes, it is. I want to add one point here, if you don't mind, please. So this is the exact place of that. الموضع الرئيسي والحقيقي بالنسبة لإضافة البيانات بيتم فين؟ بيتم من خلال السيلز. Yeah, right. ثم now managing our table. Assume that, please, everybody. So I have A, for example, then C, then D and E. After I'm filling the actual data and this column goes, or this rows, this tables goes at the bottom many rows. يعني عبينا هذه البيانات وفجأة وجدنا إنه this is not the exact order of the data, so it have to be A, B, C, D, and I have to enter one more column over here. Then what I have to do? So that is the task, adding new column at any time. So how can I manage that things? This is not an issue. We can do it easily without any problem. Yes, we can do it. Why not? So if this is A and this is C, for example, and this is D, while here I'm starting from 1, then 3, I'm skipping 2. So how can we manage this task? Got it? So now we need to add a new column and new row. Okay, most important over here, where? This is the question. Where do you want to add this new column, or where do you want to add this new row? This is a very important word. Plus, الموضع is very important, and all of controlling of these things, the most helpers, supporter for this one, note, we have to note we call it the cursor shape. اللي هو بنقصد بايش؟ بنقصد به شكل الماوس. تلاحظون الحين بس عبارة عن خط رأسي، ولما أجي بداخل الجدول خط رأسي دلالة على، أو هذه الومضة تبينت وتختفي دلالة على إنه it is ready for writing. لما آتي عند الفاصل ما بين العمود الاول العمود الثاني تتبين لي علامه بلس. لما اوقف من اعلى وحافه العمود يتبين لي سهم اسود الى اسفل. نفس الشيء ممكن يتبين معنا when I come to the separator between these two rows، الفاصل ما بين الصفين الاول والثاني، او لو وقفت على بعد من عند الصف الأولاني يتبين لي كسهم أبيض مائل وبهذه الكيفية. So this is very important to control and to manage our table task. Very important. The cursor shape. شكل المؤشر مؤثر مرة في إدارة الجدول المالي. So if I want to select the whole table I have to come over here. لاحظوا إيش المؤشر تبدل إلى سهم أبيض مائل، أي نعم بجانب علامة الزائد دلالة selecting all the tables. Selecting all the tables. Now let us move. We need to insert a new column. As I told you, the most important were. Second things, the cursor shape. شكل المؤشر. The cursor shape. حركة المؤشر مرة مهمة بالنسبة لنا. So I want to add it at the missing place. The missing place between A and C. That's why I have to be within this separator line between A and C. أوقف عند الفاصل ما بين العمودين column headings A and العمودين actually 2 and 3 وهو المسميات A and C. لما أضغط على علامة الزائد it will support me and it will help me getting a new column so easily. Then I can write the metadata. That's what we need to add a new column. The most important word. Second things, the cursor shape. شكل المؤشر. Remember what? Remember the plus sign. علامة الزائد. لذلك راح أوقف فين؟ في المكان الأناريد between column number 2 and column number 3. Where exactly at this place. Exactly at this place. And whenever I get this plus sign, this indicates a new pipe. أنبوب جديد ما بين A and C. Just click on this plus sign. I'll get a space for whom? I'll get a space for column B. That's it. Now let us move to the task new row at any time. So the same questions were second the cursor shape علامة المؤشر مالنا. So the missing it is between row number 2 and row number 3. Plus اللي هم between the labels 1 and 3 labels actual data 1 and 3. Then I have to be within this separator. لما احصل علامة الزائد حصلون البايب الافقي مالي the horizontal pipe بامتداد ايش؟ بامتداد الجدول. لما اضغط على هذه البلس sign simply I'm getting a new pipe, a new row. Absolutely yes. As simple as can. As simple as can. طيب now if this is clear and I hope so. Now we need to move to the second task of the management. That is what? That is deleting column, deleting row. So the most important here, the cursor shape. Yes, it is very important really. Cursor shape. So the cursor shape, that is absolutely black arrow. Black arrow will help us a lot. So by many ways we can do these things actually. So if I want to delete this column B, طالعوا معي and black arrow, the shape becomes as black arrow. So when I click, that means this column have been selected. تم ايش؟ تم تحديد كامل هذا العمود. So now we can manage it. Simply we can delete from here. So do you want to delete all the table? No, I want to delete only this column. So that column have been deleted. اللي يحدد هذا الشيء. So when I'm selecting the things, it will be done. For example, I don't want to delete it. Just I want to paint. Paint بمعنى ايش؟ بمعنى اظلل مثل ما جربنا امس. اريد فقط اعمل painting خلفيه حال just these columns. So when I know how to select it, it's very easy for me to paint it. By the same way, if I want to add a certain formatting for this column specifically, yes, I can. Simply, I can do it. Why not? So by this way, it's done. Yes, because I know how to select the entire بمعنى كامل, the entire column or the entire row. By the same way, yes, we can do it. Yes, last. So such way we can delete or we can add. Delete, as I told you, can be done by many ways. Right click inside this column and you can come to the delete cells. Then we'll ask you, what do you want to delete? Do you want to delete the entire column كامل هذا العمود ببياناته as structure? Yes, of course. So gone. Okay. Otherwise, when we click right click within this cell only, then from over this quick toolbar, then we can manage again the same things. We can manage what do you want to delete. Only this cell or the entire columns, the entire row, or the whole table, whatever, you can do it. At the end of the day, do you want to delete a column? Do you want to delete the row? The cursor shape will play a major role. دائما وابدا شكل المؤشر يلعب لنا دور رئيسي ومؤثر رئيسي حل managing our table. For example, now we need to deal with a row. So the cursor shape شكل المؤشر مهم مرة. So I want to select this entire row. متى؟ لما يتبين لي هذا السهم الأبيض المائل. So the entire row have been selected. I want to paint it. Yes, I can. Why not? Very easily I can do so. Was such way I'm managing and controlling my table very easily. خلصنا من عندي. Now we need to move to column width and row height. What is that again? This is type of increasing, decreasing the width, increasing, decreasing the height. طيب حطوهم في بالكم الويدث هو العرض والهايت هو الارتفاع أولا. Again, this is very important. This one will play major role. With that, the cursor shape will play major role in this task. Yes, of course. So let us find out when I have been inside my table, not at the edge. ما عند الحافة الخارجية من أعلى ولا من أسفل. No, I am talking about the inside the table. من داخل الجدول. لما أحصل هذه العلامة السوداء أو السهم الأسود ذو الرأسين. سهم أسود ذو رأسين. ليش رأسين؟ indicates لما أضغط واستمر ضاغط to the left side أصغر عرض العمود الأولاني وأزود فيه عرض العمود الثاني. نعم. والعكس بالعكس. Now if I'm moving from left to right وش اللي يصير؟ oppositely أزود في عرض العمود الأولاني وأنقص في عرض العمود الثاني. Yes, it is. وضح لكم؟ لذلك the cursor shape شكل المؤشر, yeah, it is very important. It is very important. It will help you a lot within that task, controlling what? Column width. Column width عرض العمود. عرض العمود. طيب, what about the row? Same role. So when you have been inside your table between the separator and whenever you have this double heads arrow, السهم ذو الرأسين, click and press, moving down, increasing. moving up, decreasing. Such way I'm controlling what? I'm controlling the width, the height of my row. خلاص. التحكم في ايش؟ التحكم في ارتفاع الصف بالزيادة والنقصان، والتحكم في عرض العمود بالزيادة والنقصان. Yes, it is. One thing here I want you to know, that is equal column width and equal row height. This is very important. You have to know these techniques. Yeah. Yes, it is. So let us do it. خلاص. اللي هم ايش؟ اللي هم بنسميه توزيع أعمدة بصورة متساوية. توزيع عرض أعمدة بصورة متساوية وصفوف بصورة متساوية. So first of all, let me come to this point. Whenever I come to this point, that means I'm selecting the whole table. It is done. Automatically, two ribbons will come in front of us. Yes, it is. Now I want to manage the layout. Managing the layout of my table. So the layout, النمط والنسق. When you come to this cell size, when you click on this distribute rows equally, توزيع الأعمدة الصفوف بصورة متساوية الارتفاع. When you come over here distribute columns, that means here you will have columns with equal widths. Yes, it is automatically adjustment of what? Of column heights and column width and row height. خلاص. ده بنستخدم التكنيك هذا ليش؟ حال حصول على أعمدة متساوية العرض وصفوف متساوية الارتفاع. We will be inside our table. We will select the whole tables. We will come to the layout, and then from the cell size group, we have to manage these two things: distribute rows, distribute columns equally. بمعنى متساوي العرض ومتساوي الارتفاع. Yes, it is. So that's fine. Now we need to move to another things, that is techniques called merge columns, rows, cells. Now merge بمعنى دمج، بمعنى إلغاء الفواصل. Simply remove the separator, make the things as one cell. طيب, let us do it. So this is depends on what? Depends on the selection. So this is, I'm selecting this task. Depends on the selection. That means cells. For example, I'm selecting column 1 and 2 within the row number 1. خلاص. أريد إيش؟ ألغي هذا الفاصل. مش إلغاءه فقط، إلغاءه مع make it as one cell. So we can move to the layout or the design, and we can select this layout option. Select merge cells. Dump. Now it will become as one cell only. Plus, so if I want to keep it in the center, so it is absolutely in the center. ألغى إيش؟ ألغى الفاصل ما بين العمود الأول والثاني. وفي حقيقة الأمر في هذا الموضع، في هذا الصف، صار العمود الأول والعمود الثاني عبارة عن عمود واحد بامتداد الصف الأول ذات نفسه. So this is, we call it cell or merging cells. I can select many columns together and I can make them as one cell, or I can select many rows and make them as one cell, or I can select different cells and I make it as one cell. Yes, I can. Why not? So such a way like this, selecting number of cells and we can make it as one cell, so I can control the task by the way I want. So merging columns, rows, and the matter of fact that is cells, and then just depends on the selections. Then that is type of controlling the layout of your table. Merging cells can be complete the things, or just right click and from out of this shortcut menu you can select what merge cells. merge cells الخلايا اللي تم تحديدها مع بعض راح نحذف الفاصل ما بيناتها and it will be one cell. Yes, of course. طيب that is merging دمج. oppositely split column or row. In fact, split let us say split cell. Split cell depends on the selection. Which cell? For example, I'm selecting this one and I want to make it as one cell. Done. But again, it comes to my mind, I have to keep it in the previous structure بالهيئة السابقة مالهم. So right click, and this time instead of merge, automatically we'll have a split. Split this cell to how many columns, to how many rows. Say, for example, I needed 2 by 2. It have to be like this. نعم. كانت دمجناها ومن بعد ذلك قسمناها. يستوي هذا الشيء؟ نعم يستوي. Okay, so let me get it back, and I want to split it to just 2 columns, 1 row. This one by itself, الأولانية هذه, I wanted to divide it, to split it to 2 by 2, such a way like this. Sometimes there is need for such things. Now I can do it. Why not? I can do it. So now I can have a separated cells, and I can write whatever I want within this cell. Yes, I can. Why not? Such a way like this. Sometimes we need such a design. There is a need of design by such a way, so we will do it. Why not? Over here we have A. So this is our A. It is still as it is. So this is will comes from where? From the split. Depends on what? Depends on the selected. Let us write to be clear. Selected cells. For the merge, it is of course that is group of cells. But here depends on the selected cell. واحدة فقط. دائما ابدا التقسيم splitting التقسيم يكون لحال خلية واحدة. بينما mergings for more than one. Columns, rows, خلاص نحن we have been aware about the structures. Cells, merging cells. Split cell, only one. Depends on the selected cell. Depends on the selected cells. Very important. Very important. Last. Now I want to come to the last shot. That is delete the whole table. Deleting the whole table from over here. Then delete. Things will go. Delete the whole things. It's gone. Last. This is one thing or one way. We have seen that no for the layout I want to delete the whole things. Simply just click over here, things will be deleted. What do you want to do? So by shortcut I can do that. Yes, we can. Okay, so depends on the selections. Depends on selection of the whole table. Or even if I must select the whole table, right click and then delete. What do you want to delete? I want to delete the whole table. I can do it. Yes. By many ways we can complete this task. By many ways. Rather than that, deleting column or deleting row, shift and delete. shift and delete can complete this task for us. Okay, shift plus keys. These short keys can help us complete these things. Even this table, yes, even this table, we can do so. Okay, when I'm selecting this one, pressing shift delete, things will be goes. Yes, it is. Yes. So such way, this is what we needed regard managing of our table. I hope this is clear because I need this last practice within our assignment with the last part. So this is a completely practical point. You have to practice it because, as I said, I need it in the assignment. Okay, so that's within our assignment. You have to be aware about the things, how to manage your table. This is the major things. Major things I need it from you such way. So I will see you on next class with the last one. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.